love cooler weather. So let me shuffle that there. I have Miss Jeanne at Mariposa, Storytime at 10 o'clock. And this morning I have two silly, well, one's a silly short book called The Very Lazy Ladybug. And the other one is about dogs. Macduff moves in. So let's start with Macduff. It's by Rosemary Wells and Susan Jeffers. Now, Macduff is a West Highland Terrier. That's the type of dog he is. Thump went the truck over a bump in the road. The little dog popped out into the night. He tumbled onto the soft earth of a tulip bed. He did not know where he was. He needed something warm, so he needed something to eat. He needed a warm place to sleep, so he went looking. Woof, said the little white dog at the front door of number 6 Pine Road. But the answer from the other side was, growl. Woof, he said at the front steps of number 12 Oak Lane. But someone said hiss from the woodpile. I don't think that kitty wants a dog at his house. Strange voices hooted and whistled at him from the trees. Many pairs of eyes winked and blinked at him from the darkness of people's gardens. Rain poured down. It swirled and swept around him. Suddenly the wind came up. It blew the clouds and rain away. And the moon smiled full on the world. Through an open window in the kitchen of number 7 Elm Road wafted the smell of vanilla rice pudding and sausages. Ruff, 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 said the little white dog. Nobody growled at him. Nobody hissed at him. Somebody opened the door and asked him to come in. It was Lucy. This is Fred, said Lucy. No one had ever asked him to come in. Everyone had always told him to go away. What does his collar say? Asked Fred. Animal number 47, City Dog Pound, said Lucy. He needs help, said Fred. Lucy spooned out a dish of vanilla rice pudding. She sliced sausages on top of it. Oh, he's hungry, she said. After a coconut herbal bath, he looked like a snow cloud. Oh, we certainly can't keep him, said Fred. Oh, we're much too busy. I guess we'll have to take him to the dog pound, said Lucy. So they brought him into the car. Fred drove up and down and around. You're going in circles, Fred, said Lucy. I don't want to find the dog pound, said Fred. I don't want you to find it, said Lucy. Fred and Lucy brought their new friend home. All he needs is a name, said Fred. They celebrated with hot chocolate. Lucy opened a tin of Macduff's melt-in-your-mouth shortbread biscuits. That's it, said Fred. Woof, 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 said Macduff. The night was nearly gone. The rain clattered and spattered over everything. Lucy and Fred and Macduff fell sound asleep. "How happy we are," they said in their dreams. He's holding Macduff's paw. And a whole bunch of Macduffs running around. Oh, I'm so glad Macduff found a home, huh? We'll talk about that in a minute, but first, The Very Lazy Ladybug by Isabel Finn and Jack Tickle. I think this is me today, The Very Lazy Ladybug. This is the story of a very lazy ladybug. She liked to sleep all day and all night. Because she slept all day and all night, this lazy ladybug didn't know how to fly. One day, the lazy ladybug wanted to sleep somewhere else, but what could she do if she couldn't fly? Then the lazy ladybug had a very good idea. When a kangaroo bounded by, she hopped into her pouch. But the kangaroo liked to jump. "I can't sleep in here," cried the lazy ladybug. "It's too bumpy." So when a tiger padded by, she hopped onto his back. But the tiger liked to roar. "I can't sleep here," said the lazy ladybug. "It's too noisy." So when a crocodile swam by, she hopped onto his tail. But the crocodile liked to swish his tail in the water. "I can't sleep here," said the lazy ladybug. "I'll fall into the river." So when a monkey swang by, she hopped onto her head. But the monkey liked to swing from branch to branch. So when, "I can't sleep here," said the lazy ladybug. "I'm feeling dizzy." So when a bear ambled by, she hopped into his ear. But the bear liked to scratch. "I can't sleep here," said the lazy ladybug. "He'll never sit still." So when a tortoise plodded by, she hopped onto her shell. But the tortoise liked to snooze in the sun. "I can't sleep here," said the lazy ladybug. "It's too hot." So when an elephant walked by, she hopped onto his trunk. "At last," thought the lazy ladybug, "I've found someone who doesn't jump or roar or swish his tail or swing or scratch or snooze." But at that very moment, the elephant sneezed. Achoo! And the poor lazy ladybug had to fly at last. The end. So both of those stories were fun. Lazy Ladybug by Isabel Finn and Jack Tickle, and Macduff Moves In by Rosemary Wells and Susan Jeffers. And they're both kind of stories about helping. In The Lazy Ladybug, The animals didn't think they were helping much, but that lazy ladybug wanted everybody to do something for her, and she didn't want to do her own work until she had to. And then in Macduff Moves In, Lucy and her husband gave Macduff a home when he needed one. These are two really good books. This is a really good book about leading with kindness. And this is a good book about learning to stand on your own 2 feet. That's what we say. Or as the ladybug did, fly with her own 2 wings. It's good to know how to do what you need to do for yourself. Kind of like homework, kind of like making your bed. That's a big word called responsibility. Sometimes we don't want to be responsible. That's okay too, as long as you get back to it every now and again, most of the time. So anyhow, on this Monday, where the breeze, you can just feel fall tickling at the window panes. And the trees are thinking about changing the leaf color. And I understand that in Pittsburgh, we're having a great big bird migration overhead this week, which should be fantastic. They're asking us to turn the lights out to help the birds fly south on September 13th and 14th. So how about we all lead with a little kindness today? And remember to turn our lights out for the birds and have a great, great week. Story time every day at 10 o'clock right here at Mariposa. Special guest star Wednesday. And on Saturday, sing along at 11 o'clock with Miss Kristen. And as always, we're working on bringing you some great children's programming. Look for audition notices. We're having auditions for our next online play. The last one was a whole lot of fun, and Miss Karen has 2 new ones in the works, but we need cast members. So please look for auditions for adults and young high schoolers. And finally, I'll see you on Friday with Winnie the Pooh. Thank you very much for joining us. And as always, any extra dollars, we'll put them to real good use. We'll see you next time.